Hey, I'm Eric. I'm listening to 100 albums in 100 days. For all the details on what I'm doing and why, check out the video pinned in my profile. Today I listened to 1984's Vital Signs from the band Survivor. So, Survivor is another band from the 80s that I never listened to a complete album from. You know, they have their two huge hits from uh, the Rocky movies, Rocky 3 and Rocky 4, you know, Eye of the Tiger, and so we knew they could write, big 80s songs, anthems. Uh, and there's three songs on this album, Vital Signs, that if you listen to 80s music, you've heard. There's The Search Is Over, which is their big uh, power ballad, 80s power ballad. High on You and I Can't Hold Back. Um, and so those three songs are already on there. You're already, you're already guaranteed a good time. But God, there's so much good stuff on this album. Oh man, there wasn't a bad song really. I mean, some of my other favorites besides those three, there's Popular Girl. I think my favorite song on the entire album is a song called First Night. Let's see what else was there. Everlasting. It's just, I mean, you, there's just not a bad song on here. It really isn't. It's big drums with reverb and low end just dripping off of them. Tons of keyboard. I will tell you this: as a guitar player, I have slept on the guitars from Survivor. I did not know he could play that good. He's very bluesy, very just very just a very good. I need to find out his name. I did not do as much research on this album today because I was listening to it while I was mowing the lawn. I wasn't in my office at all. So I did not do any research on the album, but I will tonight for sure because I have been sleeping on this guitar player. He's good. But yeah, it's just it is just chock full of typical 80s arena anthems. It's so good. This is the kind of 80s music that I missed. You know, guys like them and the Outfield and Mr. and Glass Tiger, just those kind of fun rock bands that they weren't metal or hard rock, and that they weren't pop. They were rock bands, and I miss those. That was my secret addiction in the 80s. I think while I was big into hair metal and heavy metal and all that, I loved stuff like this, and I still do. After listening to this album today, I wish I could be in a band like this, just even a cover band like this, playing this kind of music. This album is definitely, it's 36 minutes long. It's not long at all, but God, it's good. It's worth your time to listen to. I don't know why in the 80s I never listened to a full album. I mean, all those other bands I listened to I listened to the Outfield, I listened to Glass Tiger, Mr. I listened to all their albums. I've heard them all once through at least. Even bands like Simple Minds. I mean, just rock bands from the 80s are just, they're just so good. And this one especially is it's just that arena rock. And you know what I'm talking about if you're from the 80s. And that's what this is. It's worth your time to listen to. And I can't remember what the next album is. So the singer for Eye of the Tiger is different than every other album. He quit right after that. I think he was sick, had some kind of illness, and he left. I don't remember their names. But this guy that sings now, and I can't remember his name. I think he passed away not too long ago. His voice is just, it's butter. It's just butter. Yeah, it's definitely worth a listen. So spend 36 minutes sometime this week and listen to this album.